Hello everyone, I'm Rahayu Putri from Universitas Bengkulu, and in this occasion, I would like to deliver a presentation of my research paper with the title An Analysis of Symbol in Ernest Hemingway's story, Cat in the Brain. So the research here focused on what were the symbols found in the Cat in the Brain story and its meaning. This is the research questions. Therefore, the purpose is in order to find out, this research was conducted in order to find out the symbols in the Cat in the Brain story and to elaborate the meaning behind its symbol. Research was descriptive qualitative research with content analysis approach. So the object here also being classified and recognized by using the theory of Kirchner and Mendel, also supported by show and pairing theory. According to the experts Kirchner and Mendel in 2000, symbol is something that could be a person, object, or an action, or even that scent or something else with more complex meaning further than its literal meaning. So based on the theory, we also can make a conclusion that the symbol could also be in small form, object or action that represent something beyond itself. For example, a rose, it could represent the gracefulness or beauty. It also could be a person, beauty, or place. So there are two separate levels of meaning. Actually, it is really interesting to analyze the symbol because it actually belongs to the figurative language. However, people only know about like a metaphor or something like that. This is like a less known compared to other figurative language. So, as like just like what I have mentioned before, the object of this research is a story written by Ernest Hemingway, a famous story with the title Cat in the Brain. So the theory of Kirchner and Mendel, also supported by show and pairing theory, also completed by observation sheets like this, observation sheet like symbols and meanings. Okay, and then this observation sheet help to classify the symbols that which recognized by these theories mentioned before. Then this is how the researcher identify and analyze the symbols. Of course, we need to read the passage or like the text a couple of times and identify the objects and also like doing like common meanings represented by symbol and characteristic of the object itself and something like that. And in here, in the finding and discussions, there are several symbols of the story that we can find in the story. For instance, there are the empty square, which describe it about their relationship crisis, and the kitty or the cat itself, which also being a main symbol here because it is mentioned the most and sometimes also being mentioned along with other symbols. So it represented the wife loneliness, or the desire to be loved despite the marriage that already dull. And also the benches, for example, it reflected the confusion, the garden, the sea that implied the white mind of the wife to be set free, and the war monument, the table that showed the willingness or how the couple tried to make the relationship work. This is the specific example. For instance, like there are two symbols found here, the empty square and the benches, which meanings is the emptiness feeling of the American couples and their confusion of the relationship. So it's actually describing about the marriage crisis and the negative mood bringing by the main character in the story. Since in the very beginning, actually the author of the story already put the hint about the couple's relationship crisis. For instance, from the sentence, there were only two Americans stopping at the hotel. They did not know any of people that passed on the stairs and their way to and from their room. It showed actually how they were lost and did not care about the surrounding itself. This is also the kitty, the cat, the desire of the wife to have husband's attention. Yes, it is representing the wife's desire in order to get attention from her husband. She needs to have someone that is actually always right beside her anytime, not only physically, but she needs it. She needed it mentally. Also about the crisis or unhappy marriage, the symbol cat also was uttered repeatedly, mostly by the wife. For instance, like, I don't know why I also want it so bad. It isn't any fun to be the poor kitty out in the rain. It's like she indirectly or implicitly saying that it is not fun to be like the kitty or something like that. The kitty itself is herself, and she knew to feel that way, and the source of her frustration was the husband itself, something like that. All right. So in conclusion, that the findings show that there were indeed several literal symbols in the story. For instance, the weather, the empty square on the first paragraph, which implicitly stated the negative moods, or the conflict of the crisis of emptiness, and the cat, which was represent a woman, her desire to be understood by the husband, and so on. So that's all my presentation for today. Thank you very much, and good afternoon.